Today is going to be a lot of fun because in this video we're going to be showcasing two of my favourite things: beautiful eyewear and state-of-the-art technology. I'm going to be showcasing not only one of the best eyewear brands on the planet, but also one of the newest eyewear technologies in the world. Hi, I'm Robert, Style and Vision Consultant here at the Spectacle Factory, and it's my job to pair you with your perfect pair of glasses. And one of the constraints that most opticians find in helping someone select their perfect eyewear is that we just can't have everything here in stock. So in this video I'm going to be showing you for the very first time virtual try-on featuring one of my favourite eyewear brands, and certainly without doubt the most unique eyewear brand in the world, Lucas de Stael. I'll be explaining what goes into Lucas de Stael glasses, why they are so beautiful, but also taking you through the entire catalogue using state-of-the-art virtual try-on technology. And where to begin, because there's just so much to cover in this video and I'm so excited to share it with you. But let's start by looking at some of the key pieces from the Lucas de Stael eyewear collection. And there's one thing that all Lucas de Stael frames have in common, and that's leather. Lucas de Stael began by making pure leather frames. This is not a veneer of leather, it is leather all the way through, with simply a thin sheet of steel on the inside, which gives it a bit more robustness and a bit more sturdiness. And that leather gives these frames some pretty unique characteristics. Number one, very lightweight, very comfortable. Even though you can get frames that are lighter than these, there's a very unique sensation when you put on a pair of Lucas de Stael frames. Namely that the leather is just nice and soft against the skin. You are kind of aware of the titanium nose pads, but to me that's a really premium feeling. I'm always recommending titanium nose pads on other frames. Lucas de Stael frames come with that as standard. And there is no detail spared in the manufacturing of these glasses. Each pair is produced completely by hand within Lucas de Stael's workshop. I was almost going to say factory, but it's really not a factory, it is a workshop within Paris. There's a small team of artisans working on each pair of frames, taking them through a step-by-step process to produce this finished result. Now this frame, you might notice, has the contrast between the top and the bottom. We have green or khaki leather along the top, black leather at the bottom, and it's the model that I would choose from Lucas de Stael's collection. I think this is so classic, so beautiful, but still looks really cool and original at the same time. Now more recently, Lucas de Stael have been taking this a step further with their new Zeppelin series. And the Zeppelin frames are just that little bit more bold. This is clearly a much more characterful frame in the sense that you have the 3D element to it, as well as the contrasting brow bar, which I absolutely love. I take it back, the other frame was a much safer choice, but this is definitely the one that I would choose. I think it looks amazing. Now, this is done in black leather, and the cool thing with Lucas de Stael frames is you can choose any shade of leather you like. So each pair is actually made bespoke for the client. And as you can see, whilst we have the black outer leather, we also have a brown interior leather, which just is visible from certain angles. It's a nice little touch that means that you get a little bit more colour within these glasses than if they were just plain black. Now, the first thing people ask me when I show them leather glasses is, how durable are they? Well, as I already showed, they are very flexible and strong, but I guess what people really mean is, what happens if I catch them? You know, are they going to scuff and scrape? Yeah, that's kind of what leather does, and in my opinion, that's the beauty of this natural material, because as it picks up wear and tear over the years, it's going to patina, just like a leather jacket would, just like a nice pair of leather shoes. They look better with age. Yes, there is something to them when they're brand new, but to me, knowing you've owned an item of leather for 5, 10, 15 years and seeing how it changes over the years is part of the fun. And that applies just as much to these glasses. Now, Lucas de Stael also make frames from other types of leather rather than the traditional cow leather. We also have stingray and goat leather, but this one is in fact made from iguana leather, and that's personally my favourite leather from the Lucas de Stael collection. Iguana leather has these scales, as you can see, and that gives the frame an even more beautiful finish, as it has a textured effect to it rather than just being purely smooth leather. This particular pair in red is really eye-catching, but still somewhat subdued at the same time, because the deep red colour is definitely not too flamboyant in my opinion. But you really can customise these with a vast array of bright colours if you so wish. Now, despite these being iguana leather on the outside, they are still regular cow leather on the inside. And that means that you're still getting that soft feeling as the frames touch the skin, rather than the kind of scaly feeling, which I guess wouldn't be as comfortable. Now, you're probably really starting to get a feel for just how unique and how special Lucas de Stael frames are They are literally the only company in the world working with these materials and making glasses in this way. And this next material, I bet you would not guess what it is. Even I was shocked when I was first told that Lucas de Stael were making frames from stone. This particular pair is actually made from slate, although there are different types of stone that you can have your glasses made from. Of course, the unique properties of stone give it a really unusual coloration. This slate colour tends to work really well for people who want a slightly bolder look but don't want to go too dark. You wouldn't really get this coloration from any material other than stone, and I really like the way that it catches the light as well, and I think it's a really, really cool frame. So that's a bit of an insight into the kind of glasses we're talking about when we refer to Lucas de Stael. If you own a pair of Lucas de Stael frames, you are getting one of the most unique glasses in the world and one of the best quality glasses in the world, bar nothing. But there's always a limitation of how many pieces an optician can stock. And that's where virtual try-on comes in. So for today's demonstration, I've had my face scanned using the Visufit 1000. That's created, as I'm about to show you, a 3D model of my head. And this is not a photo, this is a 3D model. We can zoom in, you can even see the individual hairs on my cheeks, and we can see me from any angle whatsoever. As I say, not a photograph, it's a composite image from 9 different photographs fused together to create a realistic, proportionate 3D model of my head. And that means that when we try glasses on using this technology, they will be to scale. They'll be the exact right size, so we'll be able to tell if they fit or if they don't fit, and we'll be able to see exactly how they look. So, for example, what if I loved that Zeppelin design that I showed you a moment ago? But what if I didn't love the round shape? Or what if I wanted it in a lighter colour? Well, this allows me to show you exactly how that would look. So this is one of the Zeppelin frames. You can see that 3-dimensionality here, but in a softer colour and in a squarer shape. And not only can we see how it looks from many different angles, literally any angle, we can also see how it would look if worn in different positions. So for example, I can position the glasses a little bit lower down my nose, if that's how I want to wear them. I mean, it's not, but if I did, let's put that back to where it belongs. Or if the glasses didn't sit straight on me because I had one ear higher than the other, which is very common, by the way. And by the way, this has already been adjusted for me. But if it wasn't adjusted, that frame would sit a little bit higher on the ear. We can customize that however we like. We can even remove my avatar if we want to just see how the glasses look, and then we can examine them in more detail. And again, this is a 3D scan of the frame, so we're combining a 3D scan of the frame with a 3D scan of my face, allowing you the possibility to try on any glasses you like from Lucas de Stael. Let's get a bit more adventurous. So one of the most iconic designs that Lucas de Stael make are the embossed frames. So for example, this one, which is embossed leather. It's a very, very bold, very dramatic style, as you can see. To be honest, that does sit a little bit higher on my nose than I'd like it to. So let's lower that down a touch. We can also adjust the nose pads to make the frame sit further or closer to my face. So let's keep it there. Now this probably is a little bit too bold to wear as an everyday style. So one of the really cool things is that we can add tint here and now to this frame to see how it would look. So I'm a huge fan, for example, of adaptive sun lenses. These are sun lenses that vary in tint depending on how bright it is. So on a cloudy day, they'll have a gradient effect, so you can still see my eyes. And on a really sunny day, they'll go extremely dark to give you maximum protection. And I don't know about you, but I think that makes an awesome pair of sunglasses. I'm kind of tempted to order them right now. We can then switch that frame out for a different frame with the same lens. These are the Minotaur Couture frames, which is their leather range with stitching. So they've actually hand stitched this frame to produce this effect along the top. How amazing and how beautiful is that? When I said these are truly handmade, I wasn't lying, they're a work of art. In a way, it's actually better than trying on glasses in store and looking in the mirror, because you can really see yourself from every angle and you can customize them on the fly with all the different tints that are available. Obviously, so far we've looked at sunglasses, but let's look at more of an everyday tint. As you know, if you watch this channel, I'm a huge fan of slight tints on lenses. Let's see how they'll look. So this is a frame that I've been toying with ordering for quite a while now. I love the raised brow bar at the top, I think that is really cool. It's obviously kind of a similar look to the one that I'm wearing today, but not quite with the geometric shape that this has. Colour-wise, I love olive. Let's go back to olive. So that's going to apply more of a greenish colour. It's subtle, but it just adds a little bit of softness compared to the black. Let's adjust that down my nose slightly to about there. That's where I'd like to wear that frame. So let's look at how a slight tint is going to make all the difference to this frame. First thing we're going to do is add an anti-reflective coating. And you'll see straight away that reduces the glare off the lenses. So that's without and that's with. Big difference immediately. And in terms of tints, I think it's got to be a green tint to match to the green frame, of course. Let's go for a slight green graduated tint, and isn't that just perfect? I've pretty much created my perfect glasses within a minute. I love how that looks. Let's take the tint away. Yeah, the tint really just finishes it off, doesn't it? You could not order these glasses without the tint. I think it would be such a shame. That just really perfects them. Yeah, I'm so happy with that. And you can even see here how the frame would curve around the ears. This would allow us as the optician to then adjust that frame for the perfect fit, just for you. So there you have it. I think I've just crafted my own perfect pair of glasses using the Visufit 1000. So if you have any questions about Lucas de Stael, about the Visufit 1000, about virtual try-on, or anything to do with eyewear, leave them in the comment section below. I hope you really enjoyed this one, and if you took something from it, please give us a like. Subscribe to the channel as well if you love eyewear as much as I do, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks guys, bye bye.